guys, welcome back to my channel. I've got another swatch and review for you here today. I asked in my haul video if you guys wanted to see a full swatch and review of the Color Club Halo Ice collection, and it was a resounding yes, so let's do it. First off, I wanted you guys to see this hoodie that I got. It's the White Castle logo. This isn't mine. I bought it for my boyfriend for Christmas, and then now I wear it when he's not home, so don't tell him. I think this year I want to try and review more Color Club on my channel because I've always really liked them. They're a solid brand. They have a massive catalog, ton of shade choices, a ton of finishes. But this is the first time that I've ever gotten a full collection in one go. And honestly, it's really nice. I can't wait to show you guys the swatches and all that. Just full disclosure, this was PR. I reached out to Color Club, and because they have a link on their website that says like collaborate with us or something like that, and I clicked that and I was like, hey, love your brand. And they were like, yeah, let's send you something, and they let me pick out a collection, and I felt like this would be a good one for the time of year. They just do a lot of really good glitters, and these are pretty good colors for this kind of in between winter and springtime, and so I just thought I would pick this one. This is called the Halo Ice collection. It is a 6-piece collection. They all have the same finish. It's this base with, most of them have kind of a color flipping shimmer as well as multiple size glitters. They are all hex glitters, I believe. A little bit chunky on the nail, very reflective in the bottle as well as on the nail, which you guys will see in the swatches coming up. So this collection, as far as I could tell, did come out back in October. It is still all available on the website. I do believe that it is a part of their more permanent line. And like I said, I feel like these shades are perfect for this time of year, kind of after Christmas, after New Year's, when it's still, at least where I live, like kind of cold, a little snowy out. They're kind of like that perfect pastel-y, icy type of shade, but you know, they're a little bit moodier, some of the colors, but they still have that pop, that really fun, exciting, kind of like boom in your face hollow glitter. And so while they have like a little bit of a somber leaning tone to the colors, they are a lot of fun to wear. So of course I'm going to show you the live action as per usual, and I have full hand swatches for you. These full hand swatches are going to be a little bit different. I wanted to show them to you 4 different ways, and since I have 4 fingers, how convenient, right? So we will have it over white as a topper, over black as a topper, full opacity on its own with regular top coat, and then on the pinky it will be full opacity on its own with glitter grabber and a top coat. Now I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference between the regular top coated nail and the glitter grabber top coated nail. These aren't as chunky as I had initially thought, but I will say, just from like a sensory standpoint, just from if you touched the nails versus like the regular top coat versus the glitter grabber, it was much smoother. You couldn't really tell that it was glitter at all on the glitter grabber nail, whereas with regular top coat you could still feel a little bit of that glittery grit. So yeah, let me show you everything, and I will be sure to like label on the hand so you can see, because that whole explanation seems like it was very confusing. And then I will come back and I will tell you my thoughts. So up first in the collection, we have Freeze Company, and this is a pink glitter holographic. You can really see those holographics pulling through. On the first coat, for all of these, they are going to seem a little bit sheer, but when you build up all of that shimmer in there and all of those chunky glitters, it really helps to obscure the nail line, and you can always kind of go back and add a little bit more glitter if you need to. And here we are with the second coat, and you can see that once that glitter piles on, it really does help to blur that nail line. You really can't see too much. I was being a little bit sloppy with my swatches, but this is one of them that I managed to get opaque in only 2 coats. We have 3 that are 2 and 3 that are 3 coaters. As you can see here, this is 2 coat opacity, and I really liked this one over white. This one is called License to Chill, and this one is described on the website as a blue holographic with purple iridescence. It certainly is that. You'll see in the swatch picture, but you can even see some of that purple iridescence reflecting back from the brush. This one was a 3-coater because of that kind of thinner iridescent formula. I was kind of surprised. I thought because of the darker color it would be a 2-coater, but no, you needed 3, at least for my nail length. If you have shorter nails, you'd probably be okay, but as you can see here, you can definitely see my nail line still after this second coat. Still very reflective. You can definitely see that purple shimmer coming through. And when we look at the full hand swatch over black, this one looks so cool because that purple reflects so well. Up next, we have the gold in the collection. This one is called Weather Permitting, and this one looks just so cool. It was kind of a surprise one for me to like it because typically I'm not a big gold fan on myself, but the way that the rainbows reflect off those hollow glitters, it was just really, really pretty. And I ended up enjoying this one quite a bit. And you can see on that second coat, it is still very sheer on my nail length. This one is definitely a 3-coater. If you have longer nails, anything with a free edge, you're probably going to want to cover with 3 coats. But it is worth it, I think. I am someone who prefers 2 to 3-coater nail polishes, and so this was well within my comfort zone. Here's the full hand swatch. I think this looks great over white and black and all just built up on its own. Up next, we have Super Cool. This one is described as an aqua holographic on the Color Club website. I know it looks like it's a little bit more blue on the initial bottle shot here and when I show you my live application, but you can see its most true color form when it is built up on my nails in the swatch photo. It definitely does look different than License to Chill. License to Chill is a little bit darker, definitely more purple. And Super Cool is all like that aqua blue color. There's no flip there. And you can see that on that second coat, we can see just a little bit of my nail line there. But I did a 3-coat opacity swatch photo, and you can see it builds up very nicely. Next, we have Say It Ain't Snow, and this is the purple in the collection. Similar to the last one, I was a little bit concerned that it was going to look very similar to Freeze Company, but once you get this on the nail, you can definitely see this is a purple, whereas Freeze Company is a pink. And I really don't tend to lean towards this lighter shade of purple. However, with all those reflective rainbows in this, I was in love. And you would think with that first coat, it was going to be a 3-coater, but the way that the glitter built up in this one, it made it a very easy 2-coater. You can see I missed a huge chunk of my nail there because I was not paying attention, but you can see in the full hand swatch, the full coverage is at 2 coats and it looks great. And finally, we have Snow Day Yay, which is the silver holographic in this collection. I mean, what is a holographic collection if you don't have a silver holographic, I ask you? So you would think seeing this first swatch here, this first coat, that this was going to be a 3-coater, but surprisingly, this is a 2-coater. It's got so much of that fine holographic in there as well as these chunky glitters that it really does obscure the nail line in those 2 coats. It went on super easy. All of these were super easy application. Just make sure that they're not cold in the bottle because that will make your application much easier. But like, look at that. You can't see my nail line at all. I was super impressed. And then when we get into the swatch photo here, you can see it looks great over white, black, and on its own, just like all of them. So what did you guys think of the collection? Like I said, I really think that Color Club is a very solid brand. They have a lot of good staple colors as well as a lot of fun stuff. I really recommend checking out their website, which I will link below. They have a huge catalog. These particular polishes are $12 a piece. However, I will say I recommend signing up for their email blasts because they have sales constantly. They'll have, everything is X% off or buy one, get one free at least a couple times a month. I have never ever in my life, I don't think, paid full price for anything from the Color Club website because just like Zoya, they have a ton of crazy sales. And then if they don't have a sale going, Well, because I've shopped all those sales, I've built up a lot of points. They have a good point system, and you can trade in points for gift cards, I think like in increments of $5, and save some money that way as well. And one thing I really love about Color Club is their free shipping threshold, at least at the time of filming this video, is $30. So you can wait for a sale, load up that cart with a ton of stuff, and even if you just hit $30, you're still going to take home tons and tons of polishes, and it's free shipping. So, you know, you can't really beat that. Okay, but you're here to listen to me talk about this collection specifically, so let's get back to that. My favorite polish is, it's gotta be License to Chill. I think this looked really cool over black because it has that purple shimmer in it, but the blue chunky glitters give it that extra like fun little boost. You guys have heard me talk the two of the biggest categories of nail polish that I have in my collection are blues and purples. And so when you put them both in the same polish, how can you beat that, at least in my opinion? So definitely this is the top polish, but I think that they all looked really cool, and I especially like the idea of using these as toppers over black or white. I think that I hadn't even considered that until somebody had mentioned something in my comments, and so I thought, hey, let me just try them all that way too, and I think they all looked good all three ways. One thing I do want to mention is, because these are chunkier glitters, they do have a tendency to kind of be thicker in the bottle, especially if they are colder in storage. And that's true with any nail polish, at least in my opinion. When they get colder, they feel a little bit thicker when you're trying to use them. So I warm them up before I use them. Now, some people they'll say, you know, like, roll it between your hands, like hold it like this, something like that. Takes too long. That takes way too long to warm up the polish. So I will either stick it in my jeans pocket to let it absorb my body heat. If I'm sitting at my computer doing work, guess what? I sit on them. I stick them under my thighs and I let my thighs warm them up, or stick them in my bra. That's the honest truth. I'm sorry if that's weird. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching this. I know it's odd, but I just feel like that is, you know, for 5 to 10 minutes, you let it steal some of your body heat, and then it is much thinner, much easier to work with, and you won't get it like glooping up and like pulling on itself on your nail. So before I did my full hand swatches for these, that's what I ended up doing, and I did not experience any issue with application. So the website does say that these are going to be 2 to 3 coaters for you, and I found that that was exactly true. 3 of them I ended up only having to do 2 coats for full coverage. 3 of them I had to do 3 coats, and the 3 coaters were super cool. The blue, License to Chill, the blue and purple, and Weather Permitting, which is the gold. And that is just because I saw a little bit of visible nail line pulling through. It's kind of odd because those are the 3 colors that I thought would be 2 coaters, and then the 3 that were 2 coaters were the typically lighter colors, ones that would typically need 3 coats on me. So I don't know if these just looked busier or what, but I didn't see visible nail line after 2 coats with these. However, if you do have nails shorter than mine, you know, you should get 2 coats. 2 coats is all it's going to take for you. I swear, like, it was literally just that I could see some light peeking through, like right where the free edge started. So that was why I did the 3rd coat. Another important thing to note is these are packed with glitter. They're glitter bombs. So if you don't want to deal with taking those off, wear a peel-off base coat. You definitely are going to want to peel off base coat with these if you don't want to scrub, or you could get clips, which I don't have yet. I haven't bought those. Or you could do what I do now and just you wet a little bit of a cotton ball. Like, I rip a cotton ball into like 6 or 8 pieces and just wet a little bit with acetone, put it on your nail, wrap some tin foil around the tip, leave it for 5 to 10 minutes. You'll be able to just squeeze it, pull it off, and all that glitter should come right off. So there are other methods to removing glitter than just scrubbing. Just some of us don't have the patience for that. So, and of course, because there is all that glitter in there, they do dry down textured. I would not say that they're as textured as like a Zoya's Pixie Dust or anything like that, but you will feel some texture. So using a regular top coat will leave a little bit of texture, especially if it's like a thicker top coat, you might not feel it as much, but I still found that using a glitter-based top coat, which I use Glisten and Glow's Glitter Grabber, and then using my quick dry top coat on top of that, it completely eliminated the glitter feel. And if that's just something that you don't love, because as much as I love the look of some textured polishes, sometimes it's just like a weird sensory thing where you're like, ew, it feels gritty, I don't like it. So if you like the look and you want to preserve like that really cool look, but you don't want to feel it, just get some glitter grabber or another glitter top coat and you won't have to deal with that. So yeah, I really liked this whole collection, even the gold, surprisingly, and I don't really love wearing gold that much, but there was something about just how reflective these guys were that this gold, I actually liked it more than the silver, which is not something I say that often. So yeah, I liked every color in this collection. I know, like I said, it came out in October, but I honestly feel like these are the perfect shades for these next couple of months going into spring. They're kind of like transitional shades, if you will. I don't know. Don't pretend like you know what you're talking about, Hillary. You don't. But yeah, I really want to say thank you to Color Club again for sending these my way, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know down below what you guys thought, and if you would like to see more Color Club from me in the future, and I will try to do a little bit more of that content on my channel. But yeah, anyways, that's it from me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!